वो कार रखी ना, वो मैसेज देखा मैंने आपका व्हाट्सएप पे। हम्म। अच्छा। अरे बाप रे। पर मुझे उस समय क्या पता है कि वहाँ पे शास्त्री नगर के अंदर कार नहीं, इनोवा वाली। और दूसरी वाली।
माउस चेक करो।
तो फिर एलेंटा वही होती है, मुझे उस समय कल पता है कि इनोवा कार तो थी नहीं। ठीक है, वहाँ आके आगे रिवर्स कैमरा भी करते हैं, ठीक है। नहीं नहीं सही है, मैं आता हूँ तुरंत, ठीक है। और चाबी अपने पास रखना भाई, वो तो हाथ से ले जाना, बिना फोन करे, बिना फोन करे, बिना फोन करे, ठीक है चलो। ठीक है। ठीक है, ठीक है, ओके ओके। क्या हुआ? आ तो गया, अभी तो बराबर तो है। अच्छा, माउस लगा रहे हो।
इधर ही मिलता है आपको।
हम्म।
इसमें नहीं आएगा।
नहीं बराबर है उसमें।
हाँ, ठीक।
वायर भी से उधर कर दो, सब जितना जाता है उतना, बस ठीक है।
ये कल थोड़ा कब कभी 12 बजे ना।
ठीक है। हम्म। Hello everyone. Had some technical issues, some electricity issues, but I think it is now resolved, and I think we are good to go now. So all those are here already. Please message me once. I can see many of them have already come online. We have discussed the agenda yesterday itself, that what we are going to do today. I just want your messages once you are here. Text me. I have a message from Sanjay Kumar saying good evening sir. Good evening sir. Mukesh, good evening. Shiv Kumar, good evening. Vanakamala, good evening. Mas, hi sir. Anyone else? Anyone else? We are waiting for. Anyone else? Waiting for your messages. Those who are here can text me now and we'll start quickly without wasting any time, because we are already late by 10-15 minutes because of technical issues. As per the discussions yesterday, I have with myself the list. I'll just show you once what we had decided. It was this, that we will basically cover partnership unit number 2, negotiable instrument act, and novation concept in Indian Contract Act. This is what we had discussed. This is what we had discussed. So I'll quickly start with all the topics and wind them up very much conceptually, and we'll try and learn everything in the class itself. Okay. Realitator, good evening. Nandini, good evening. Okay, let's start then. Without wasting any a second, let's start. Somebody was asking me yesterday, I guess it was general contents. I'm not sure if he's here or not. He asked me the concept of novation. What I'll rather do is I'll explain you novation, recession, alteration, and remission. All four of them. So basically I'll cover section number 62 as well as section number 63. Both of them. Okay. So let's start with an example, a beautiful example of mine, which will make things easy for us. Starting now with an example. Suppose we have these classes: High Q Professional Academy Private Limited. Okay, let's say we have this company. Now the classes decided that for the students, what we'll do is we'll hire someone who will basically cater the needs of the students with respect to food during the breaks. This is what the classes decided. So basically we happen to approach, let's say, Pizza Hut. We happen to approach Pizza Hut and talk with Pizza Hut that, can you please cater to us the needs of the students during the breaks, that is serving them the food, that's it, pizza. Pizza says, okay sir, we'll do the same for you. So now basically there's a contract between the academy and the Pizza Hut. Fine. Now one day, let's say a student of the class goes to Pizza Hut, orders a pizza and gets food poisoning. One of the students of High Q Professional Academy Private Limited goes to the Pizza Hut in the break, eats a pizza and gets food poisoning and is hospitalized. Obviously, we as management of the class are very much tense now, and we are very much worried because it is our reputation which is at stake. So what we've basically done is we have said to Pizza Hut that, okay sir, we want to end your services. We want to end your services. We don't want you from now on in our premises, because we are giving this contract to Domino's. That basically means we had a contract between two of us, the High Q Professional Academy and Pizza Hut. Now because of some issues, the food safety issues, we have terminated the contract of Pizza Hut and roped in Domino's as a new company. We will cater the students of our class. So what I can basically see is, sir, the initial contract has ended and we have a new contract. Basically the technical word I would use is obviously novation, but I want to also use a simple language apart from novation, which basically is substitution. More simpler, old contract ends and new contract comes in, and that is your novation. Are we clear with this much? I'll wait for your messages. Are we clear with novation? A very good example which I have taken to make you understand this topic, and I've written the simpler verse as well, which is substitution, and more simpler, that the old contract goes away and the new contract comes in. So the new contract replaces the old contract, and that is what is novation. Are we clear with this much? Are we clear with this much? I'll wait for your messages, seeing all the replies of yours. Waiting 30 seconds. Please let me know in case we are clear. In case we are clear, I am waiting. I am waiting. We'll wait only 15 seconds, not longer. Only 15 seconds, not more. Are we clear? Okay, I have a message from Reality Hitter who says, clear, sir. So when one party died because of pizza, is it novation? No. Basically, if you happen to switch the contract from Pizza Hut to Domino's, that is novation. Basically, a new contract substitutes the old contract. I hope we are clear. Varna Kamada, Mass gives me a thumbs up. Not sure about the others. If it is clear or not, I'll basically move forward. I will basically move forward. Let's talk the second point. This was novation. Okay, this was the perfect example to understand novation. Second example. Again, we have HiQ. Again, we have Pizza Hut. Okay, and a contract that Pizza Hut will basically cater the needs of the students during the break and will be serving pizza for our students. Okay. Now, again, one of our student went to Pizza Hut to consume the pizza in the break. He consumed the pizza and because of food poisoning, the student died. In the previous example, he just got food poisoning. Now, this is an extreme example that the student died because of food poisoning. It is so obvious that, sir, we will terminate the contract of Pizza Hut and now we will not even appoint someone else. We will not even be appointing someone else in the place of Pizza Hut because the matter is so big that we don't want to risk it anymore. We don't want anyone to cater to the students. Students can go on their own and eat whatever they want to. We are not going to serve them because this is something dangerous that is happening because of the catering that we are serving in the classroom. So basically, the old one goes and that is it. There is no new contract replacing the old contract. Over here, the old contract ends and the new contract comes in case of novation. Over here, we are studying recession. In recession, we just have the old contract going, but there is no new contract coming in the place of the old contract. And this is your recession. Here we go. This is your recession in front of you. Recession. So the old contract goes away and no new contract comes in. In simple language, I would say the old contract got cancelled. That's it. That is what you mean by the word rescind. That is what you mean by the word rescind. And hence recession. Easy peasy, I guess. Recession. The last point. Let's say between the institute, and the Pizza Hut, we happen to do some minor changes, not big changes, but some minor changes. In that case, we happen to say this as alteration. The major difference is, sir, in novation, the contracting parties may change, but in case of alteration, the contracting parties will remain the same. Novation is generally when we have bigger changes. Alteration is generally when we have small changes. And that is your novation, then your recession and the alteration. Here in front of you, all three of them together. Are we clear? Monigiri, yeah, hello, good evening. You are late, I guess. Yes, waiting for your messages. Are we clear with novation? 62 is done. Are we clear with novation, recession and alteration? I'll summarize it for you. Novation is basically the old contract going and a new contract coming in the place of the old. That is substitution and that is novation. Recession is only the old contract going, but no new contract is coming in place of the old. That is recession. Simple English, cancellation. And under alteration, we have small changes in the existing contract where the contracting parties will remain the same. Are we clear? Are we clear? I have summarized it for the third time for you people so that you understand each and everything. Are we clear? I have message from Mas who gives me a thumbs up. Okay, anyone else? All the three topics. Then I'll go towards section number 63, which is remission. But I need to first understand if you are clear with this much or not. If you are clear with this much or not. Waiting. Nandini says yes sir. Nandini, thank you for the message. Reality says yes sir. Thank you sir for the message. Monigiri says clear sir. Thank you. Vanakamada sir, alteration means small changes. Yes, basically small changes, and the contracting parties will remain the same under alteration. Fine, let's move to the last one, which is section number 63, which is remission. The last one in the list is remission. We'll take a practical example. Okay, we have a message already from Tanuja, clear sir. Okay, fine. Remission. We'll take a real life example. So we have this Vijay Mallya going to three different banks, bank 1, bank 2 and bank 3. Vijay Mallya goes in and borrows a loan 9,000 crores for starting his airline company, Kingfisher Airlines. For some reason, the airline didn't work, and after a few years of operation, it closed down. By the time it closed down, this 9,000 crore had an interest element of 3,000 crores. So the total outstanding due is now 12,000 crores. Yes, I'll explain, Mas, don't worry, I'll explain. So 9,000 crores is the principal amount, 3,000 crores is the interest element. And now the total is 12,000 crores. Now, like I discussed, that sir, the airline failed. The airlines failed. Now, Vijay Mallya goes to the banks and asks the bank that can you please waive off this element of 3,000 crores. Can you please waive off this 3,000 crore? I am ready to pay full and final 9,000 crore rupees instead of 12,000 crore rupees. Let's say, assume the bank says okay. So now instead of 12,000, the bank will recover 9,000 crores in full and final settlement. That is 3,000 crores have been waived off, have been relinquished, have been compromised, have been let go. And this is what is remission. To remit, 3,000 crores has been remitted, has been waived off, and only 9,000 crore will be taken instead of 12,000 crores. So we have a remission here in this example, which is of section number 63. Are we clear? Are we clear with remission? Waiting for your messages. Are we clear with remission? Waiting. I'll move towards the other point. Don't worry. Sir, waive off means to हिंदी में बोलते हैं माफ करना. हिंदी में you say माफ करना. To forgive, to let go. I hope it is now clear. Monigiri. Ma says a thumbs up. Okay. Others, are we clear with remission section 63? Vanakamada says yes sir. Thank you. Thank you. Reality Data says yes sir. Okay. Thank you. Okay, the next point, I was just asked a question from Mas who says, consideration need not be adequate, explain sir. This is basically unit number 2 of Indian Contract Act. The fifth point in the features is this only. Monigiri says, yes sir, thank you. Let me give you an example, a real life example. You can Google it afterwards. You can Google it afterwards. The example that I am taking, you can afterward Google it. सर आप कहाँ से हो? मैं मुंबई से हूँ. मुंबई, like I'm basically from Jaipur, Rajasthan, but I live in Mumbai. Okay, let's focus now. You can Google this topic that I'm discussing right now. We had an actress called Sonam Kapoor in Bollywood. We had an actress called Sonam Kapoor in Bollywood. She basically did a movie called Bhag Milkha Bhag. ठीक है, भाग मिल्खा भाग, a movie that she did. Can you guess what is the amount that she charged for the movie? The real figure is rupees 11. You can Google it afterwards. You may Google it now. This is the real life example that Sonam Kapoor played a role in the movie of Bhag Milkha Bhag. Milkha Singh के ऊपर based थी movie, and for that movie she took only 11 rupees, obviously as a tribute to the Milkha Singh. Now, as a layman, if you're studying this, if you're reading this, you'll obviously think of this, that sir, why even she would take 11 rupees? Rather, don't take anything. Rather, don't take anything. What would she do worth for rupees 11? It has no worth. The lawmaker says otherwise. The lawmaker says, no, sir. Suppose she had not taken a single penny. Suppose she had not taken a single penny. And if in between the movie she says that I will not be coming from tomorrow, the producer cannot do anything. The producer cannot even sue her, because sir, there is no concession, there is no contract, there is no consideration, there is no contract. So the point basically says that in case this 11 rupees was not there, then if in between she says the movie that I will not come from tomorrow, producer cannot do anything. But because we have 11 rupees in the contract, if she says that she will not come from tomorrow, we can obviously drag her to the court. So what is important is that consideration should be there. How much doesn't matter. You can take it as a bad bargain, whatever. But what lawmaker says is consideration has to be there. What is exactly being exchanged need not be of equal value, because the lawmaker says consideration should be there. How much doesn't matter. Are we clear? Are we clear? This doubt was mass 4300L. Are we clear, sir? This was explained just for you. Moni, wow, that's great. Okay. Mass 4300L. I don't know what that name means, but I'm just expecting that this is clear to you. Okay, the thumbs up is there. Fine. The next topic, let me see what is it that we are supposed to do. I think some topic in partnership. I'll just check. It was partnership unit number 2. Partnership unit number 2. Fine. Let's go to partnership unit number 2. I'll cover all the important topics that are there in partnership unit number 2. Don't worry. Okay, unit number 2 starts from here. Unit number 2 starts from here. I've covered every important section of unit number 2 in this LDR of mine. Let's start. Section number 12. The conduct of the business. This is unit number 2, Partnership Act. One of the students had asked me yesterday to cover this. So can you explain another case for consideration? I went to the vegetable vendor and asked for onions The vegetable vendor sold me the onions for rupees 50 per kg. After me, a lady comes, bargains a lot, and she takes the same onions for rupees 40 per kg. Does that mean the lady is wrong? No. Again, 40 or 50 doesn't matter. I purchased it for 50, she bought it for 40. Doesn't matter. What matters is money was exchanged. So consideration has to be there. How much doesn't matter. Vanakamada, second example I took just for you. Are we clear? Please tell me, are we clear? Vanakamada, the second example was taken just for you. Okay, moving forward. Basically, rights and duties of the partners is where we are. Easier points. Every partner has right to take part in the conduct of the business. That basically means whatever decisions will be taken, every partner has a right to say, every partner has right to give his opinion. Second point, a duty. Whatever the work has been given to you as a partner, you will do that work diligently. That basically means you will be giving, your best, utmost good faith is something, the word that I can describe, which basically means that you will work in such a way that the whole firm is being benefited. It is for benefit of the all. So you'll do your work basically the work will be done diligently by you. Vanakamala says clear, sir. Okay, next one, a good point. Sir, if there is a difference between the partners with respect to ordinary matters, which basically means day-to-day matters. Suppose we are a partnership firm selling pizzas, and now the decision to make is, where should we buy the cheese from, Amul or Britannia? Now this decision will be taken by majority of the partners. Suppose we have 3 partners and 2 of them are saying that we should buy from Amul, then Amul is where we'll buy the cheese from. So as far as ordinary matters are concerned, it is decided by majority votes. But if you are happen to take a huge decision which is changing the business altogether, like you were selling tires till yesterday and today you want to sell gold. Now this is change in the nature of the business. This requires consent of all the partners. So as far as routine decisions are concerned, majority will work. But if it is a big decision like changing the nature of the business, it will require consent of all the partners and not majority. Here we are in front of you. Ordinary matters, majority. But no change may be made in the nature of the business without the consent of all the partners. I would say easy. D and E are one and the same. If the partner is alive, it is his right to have access to and to inspect the books of the firm. And in case he is died, the heirs or legal representative obviously can have access to and inspect the books of the firm. So section number 12 should be very much clear. It has been previously asked once in the exams, this section number 12. Okay, I would say easy peasy. Moving forward, partnership property, section number 14. It basically says, sir, partnership property comprises of 3 elements. Number 1, all the partners' capital that partners have brought into the common stock, the capital contribution is partnership property. Number 2, whatever assets or property have been purchased from the partnership for the partnership business from the partnership money is again a partnership property. And the third one is goodwill. So basically 3 elements which come together and form partnership property. Not important. Mark 19 as very, 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 very important. To me, if there is any question that will be coming in your examinations of January 2025, this is the question. I am giving you 2 questions that should be coming in your examination of January 25. They are section 19 and section number 29. These 2 are the most important questions for your examination as far as Partnership Act is concerned. Section 19 and section 29, and I will cover right now both of them. I will now cover right now both of them. Let's start with section number 19. 19 is read with section number 22. See, I'll go into the background. I'll go into the background of the topic. Sir, we have something called mutual agency. We have something called mutual agency, or you can say it as implied authority, which basically means a work of one partner binds the other partners. So if A does something for the partnership business, these 2 partners B and C will also get bound by the same. So basically every partner is the agent of every other partner. This is mutual agency, and this is something that we know already, and this is what is also implied authority. Now this is a simple rule, simple law. That's that in case of partnership we have agency relationship where every partner binds the other partner. Now in section number 19 we are not studying this. What we are studying for the exam under section number 19 is, sir, what is not included in the implied authority. So we are studying the exceptions. So we are basically studying under section number 19 the exceptions. Exceptions to this. Are we clear with this much? First tell me, I'll then only move towards exceptions. Are we clear with this much? That's how mutual agency or implied authority basically are one and the same, which means every partner will bind every other partner in the partnership firm. An act of one partner is considered to be an act of all the partners, and everybody is bound by the same. This is mutual agency, or I would say implied authority. But we are studying the exceptions, which basically means a partner will not bind. A partner will not bind another partner. This is what we are studying right now. Are we clear with this much? Then only I can move ahead for the exceptions. Are we clear? General contents, why are you late today? Why are you late today? I basically covered novation also, which you had asked me to cover. It has already been covered and you are late already. Are we clear with this much? Then only I can move towards exceptions. Are we clear with mutual agency and are we clear with implied authority? That's our act of one partner is in fact act of all the partners. This is mutual agency or implied authority. What we are studying right now is the exceptions of the same. The exceptions of the same. So you'll see the heading. Implied authority of a partner does not empower him to. Does not empower him to. I'll make it very easy for you. Just listen to me carefully, please. First point. A partner cannot buy an immovable property on behalf of the firm. A partner alone cannot buy an immovable property on behalf of the firm. Number two, a partner cannot sell an immovable property of the firm without the consent of other partners. So basically 1 and 2 are opposite of each other. One said that a partner alone cannot buy an immovable property on behalf of the firm. Point number 2 is exactly opposite. A partner cannot sell the immovable property of the firm without consent of the other partners. So these two basically go hand in hand. The next one. Sir, a partnership firm, let's say a partnership firm had, I'll just write firm only, will make it more easy for you. Sir, a firm basically had sued a third party. A firm basically had sued a third party. A partner cannot go alone in the court and withdraw the suit. A partner alone cannot go to the court and withdraw this suit. Not allowed. Exactly opposite. Sir, a third party had sued the firm. A third party, just a second. A third party had sued the firm. Exactly opposite again. A partner cannot go to the court and admit the liability that yes, we were at mistake. No, a partner alone cannot do this. So 4 easy points basically opposite of each other. I'm doing pairing so that you are able to remember it very easily. That's why in the first point, a partner alone cannot purchase immovable property on behalf of the firm. In the second point, a partner cannot sell the property, immovable property of the firm without the consent of other partners. The next one, if we have filed as a firm a case against somebody, then a partner alone cannot withdraw the case from the court, and vice versa. Somebody has filed a case against us, a partner cannot go to the court and admit the liability. Easy peasy, I would say. Fifth point, point number 5. Sir, firm basically had to receive money from a debtor. A firm had to receive a money from a debtor. A partner alone cannot relinquish the claim. Relinquish basically means remission only. That we were supposed to receive from the debtor, let's say rupees 1 crore. From the debtor, we as a firm were supposed to receive. A partner alone cannot go and tell the debtor that okay, we waive off 20 lakh rupees of your debt. Please pay us only 80 lakhs. A partner cannot do this. A partner cannot relinquish, cannot let go a claim which is to be received by the partnership firm. So partner alone cannot relinquish, cannot waive off any amount which the firm is to receive from a debtor. This is point number 5. Point number 6. So basically there was a court case that was going on between the firm and the third party. A partner alone cannot take the matter to arbitration. A partner alone cannot take the case to arbitration. So what is arbitration? It basically means outside the court settlement. It basically means outside the court settlement. A partner alone cannot do such big things. Seventh, a partner cannot open a bank account of the firm in his own name. A partner cannot open a bank account of the partnership firm in his own name, because the other partners will become very much dependent on that partner. So it is not allowed that a partner goes to the bank and opens a bank account of the partnership firm in his own name. No, sir. And the last one, a partner cannot enter into a partnership with another without the consent of other partners. Without the consent of other partners. And these are your 8 points. Implied authority of a partner does not empower him to. Are we clear with these 8 points? Please message me. I'm waiting for your messages. Are we clear with these points? If you can just recall them in your brain, you will realize that, sir, we are already able to remember the same. We have studied in such a way that we already remember it, even if you are studying it for the first time. Are we clear with these 8 points? Section number 19, very important from your exam point of view. January 25 exams, very important. Are we clear? Are we clear? I'll wait for your messages. I will wait for your messages. Section number 19. Sir, please explain 6th point. See, 6th point basically means there is a court case that is going on between the firm and the other party. A partner cannot submit this case in arbitration. Arbitration basically means outside the court settlement. So we as partners of the firm basically want that it should follow normal procedure. By arbitration we mean fast track settlement. So partner alone cannot submit a normal case procedure to a fast track procedure. That is arbitration. I hope we are clear. General contents and Lavanya and Kiran and reality hitter. I hope we are clear. Yes, I'll be doing negotiable after this. Lavanya, I will be doing negotiable after this. But first we need to understand if we are clear with section number 19 or not, because this has to be there in your examination of January 25. Are we clear? I have a message from reality hitter who says clear, sir. Not sure about other 20 that are watching the video, if they are clear or not. Shall I move forward in that case? General contents, I said 19 and 29 are more important. 19 and 25 are more important. Okay, moving forward. Next one. 21, partners authority in an emergency. Sir, in case there is any emergency that arises, a partner can do acts beyond his authority also, and it will be valid, assuming that it will be benefiting the partnership. It will be valid. So partner can go beyond his authority in case of an emergency. Simple point. Let's come to the second important topic from your examination point of view. Again, expecting this should be in your exam. This should be there in your examinations. Kiran says section 29 once. Sir, I have been covering everything that you have told me to cover. I am covering each and everything. My problem is when I'm asking if it is clear or not, there are only few replies that are there. I'm not sure what other 20 people are doing by not replying. I'm not able to understand the same. That when I'm asking if it is clear or not, why are there only a few replies? What are others doing? That is what my problem is. From my end, I'm covering each and every topic that you told me since yesterday. I have covered everything. Okay, whatever. Moving further with an example. Suppose we had partners A, B and C. D basically gave a personal loan to Mr. C. D basically gave a personal loan to Mr. C for the purpose of Mr. C only, not the firm, only C. Now obviously D is concerned that how will his loan be repaid. So what C does is, C says, see, we have a partnership firm between us and the profit sharing ratios are 3:2:2. Now what C is doing is, C is transferring his part of the profits to Mr. D. This is being transferred. This is being transferred. So D will basically get the profit share which C was supposed to get. And this is what is transfer of interest. Transfer of interest. So basically D becomes the transferee. D becomes transferee. The whole section is from D's point of view. The whole section is from D's point of view. It says, sir, what are the transferees right? What are the transferees right? The first half during continuation of firm. During continuation of the firm. If firm is continuing, in that case, what are the rights of D? So we divide into two parts. What are the rights and what are not the rights? What are not the rights has 2 points further. Number one, sir, books of accounts cannot be demanded, books of accounts cannot be inspected, and books of accounts cannot be challenged. So basically the transferee, that is Mr. D in our example, cannot demand books of accounts, cannot inspect books of accounts, and cannot challenge books of accounts. Moreover, sir, he cannot participate in the conduct of the business. That is, he cannot interfere in the management. Sir, what is it that he can do? Sir, what he can only do is, he is entitled to share in the profits. That's it. Whatever C was supposed to receive will now be received by D. That is his only right. Second half, sir, during dissolution of the firm, obviously, during dissolution or retirement of the transferor. So what in this? Sir, in this case, everything remains the same, the words, except one word, entitled to share in the assets of the firm. So profits will get replaced by assets. Entitled to assets of the firm. Moreover, this is what he can do. Moreover, he can also demand the books of accounts. And that completes your section number 29. This completes your section number 29. We can go through this once. I will wait maybe for 30 seconds. Please go through this one, section number 29. You should feel that, sir, it is very easy. Waiting 30 seconds. Vanakamada, you will have to rewatch the video. Obviously, it cannot be explained one more time again. It will involve 10-15 minutes. We don't have this much time. Others' time will be wasted. You need to re-see the video again. once, twice, thrice till you are able to understand the same. General content says yes sir, okay. Reality says done sir. Not sure about others, what others are doing, I'm not very much sure. I'll wait 15 seconds and I'll move forward. I'll wait 15 seconds and then I will move forward. Do we have anyone else saying clear sir, yes sir, done sir? Do we have anyone else out of all those are watching? Waiting 15 seconds. Okay, no, moving forward then. Section 30, easy I guess. The rights part is very important. The rights part is very important for exams again. Rights of the minor partner. Rights of the minor partner is what the next topic says. We basically have 4 rights. The first one obviously is that sir, minor is entitled to his share in the profits. Minor is entitled to his share in the profits. Number 2, he can have access to and inspect the books of accounts. Number 3, if the profits are not being shared, if the books of accounts are not being shared, in that case, minor partner can sue, but only when he is severing his connection from the firm. Severing basically means he is parting ways from the firm. He is going away from the firm. Then only he can file a case. If the profits are not being shared with him, if the books of accounts are not being shared with him. So basically, first and second points makes up point number 3. Very easy, I would say. Then we have point number 4, which basically says that sir, when the minor becomes major, when the minor turns 18, he has to give a public notice. He has to give a public notice stating whether he wants to continue in the partnership firm or he doesn't want to continue in the partnership firm. And that ends up your rights. That ends up your rights. Here we are in front of you. The first one, the minor partner has right to his agreed share of the profits. The first point, the first right, we are studying rights, okay. Second, access to inspect and copy the accounts of the firm. Now, if this is not happening, or if this is not happening, in that case, the lawmaker says can sue the partners for accounts of a payment of his share, but only when severing his connection with the firm. Like when he is moving out of the firm, at that time he can sue for these things, that is not getting the profits or not getting the books. And the last one we have covered already, which is very simple, I would say. On attaining majority, he may within 6 months elect to become a partner or not to become a partner. Then the liability part, the next one. If he elects to become a partner, his profit share will remain the same and the liabilities will become unlimited since the day he was admitted. And if it does not become a partner, in that case, the liability remains the same as if they were when he was a minor. And if it doesn't give a notice, he automatically becomes a partner in the partnership firm after the expiry of 6 months. So basically, although I covered the whole of this, what is more important is the rights. I want you to do this part very firmly. This is important. This is important. Okay, moving forward. 31, 32 is easy. 33 was asked in the last attempt. It was there in September 24. Okay. Then 36 says, sir, in case a partner is going out of the firm, he can start the similar business. It does not make any difference, but what needs to be made sure is he cannot use the firm name. He cannot still portray himself as being a partner of the firm, and obviously he cannot solicit the customers of the firm. That is 36, not very important. 37 again was there in September 24. This was again there in September 24. And that's it. The important topics of unit number 2 are done. All the important topics of unit number 2 are done. The next that I was asked was with respect to negotiable instruments, I guess. The next that I was asked for was negotiable instruments. Here we go. Please come to negotiable instruments, whichever notes you have. Please come to negotiable instruments. I'll just have a water. Just give me a minute. Meanwhile, you can just open up the chapter of negotiable instruments, the last topic for the day. We'll cover every important aspect. Moving forward, I'll first cover up the two questions which I feel will be asked in your examination. See, two questions which I feel will be there in your examination, and I'm very much confident with these two questions that these will be there in your examinations. The two questions I'm telling you, the two questions are, one of them inchoate instrument, one of them inchoate instrument, very important from your examination point of view, very important. So guys, tomorrow we have last lecture. Tomorrow we have last lecture for this important topics and doubt clearance. We have the last session tomorrow, and we will be covering SOGA tomorrow. Don't worry, SOGA will be taken care of tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay, inchoate instrument, very important. And then we have one more important topic, which is 117, another important topic which will be there in your examinations. So basically, expecting two questions in your exam with respect to negotiation instrument, the most important questions from negotiation instrument, 117, rules of compensation, and inchoate instrument. Okay, so we'll basically be covering these two topics first. With respect to other topics, 138 and 139, they were there in June 24. It was there in September 24 as well. In both the attempts it was there. With respect to ambiguous, this was in September 24 attempt. With respect to inland and foreign instrument, again it was there in September 24. With respect to, there was one more topic, 76, it was there in June 24 attempt. So you'll see, majorly it has been asked already. Apart from the basics, majorly all the topics have been covered except one, which is 117, and an easier topic which is inchoate instrument. And hence I'm focusing on these two topics first. Okay, let me give you a real life example of inchoate instrument. I'll be teaching inchoate and 117. Okay, let me start with inchoate instrument, a real example. Okay, here we are. A real example of inchoate instrument, which will help you remember the topic and not merely mugging the topic. Okay? So example goes like this. Mr. X is renovating the house of Mr. Y. Mr. X is renovating the house of Mr. Y, unaware about the total cost. Mr. X is renovating the house of Mr. Y, unaware about the total cost, as it will involve purchase of lots of materials whose price keeps on fluctuating. I'll repeat. Mr. X is renovating the house of Mr. Y. Okay, sir. Unaware about the total cost, as it will involve purchase of lots of materials whose price keeps on fluctuating. Okay. So as of now, what we understand is Mr. Y is a debtor. Mr. Y is a debtor of Mr. X. Mr. Y is a debtor of Mr. X for an unknown amount as of today. Mr. Y is a debtor of Mr. X for an unknown amount as of today. We don't know because the price, like we discussed, keeps fluctuating. So we don't know how much exactly the cost will be. So here we draw a promissory note, which goes like this. Promissory note is drawn by Y, who says, I promise to pay 3 months from now to Mr. X or his order a sum of rupees dash. Can you see the instrument is incomplete? Can you see the instrument is incomplete? And that is what is inchoate instrument. Mr. Y is drawing a promissory note, writing everything up except the amount. the amount is not being filled because we don't know as of now how much the cost will be. And this is what is inchoate instrument. That is incomplete instrument. Now, if I hand you over this instrument, you as a holder can complete it. So simple. So simple. If you are a holder, in that case, you can fill the amount what you deserve. In case you are holder in due course, you can recover anything which the stamp duty covers. But that is not in your syllabus, so don't focus on that. What you should be focusing on is that what exactly is inchoate instrument. An incomplete instrument which is signed, which is stamped, which is delivered, everything is there. Just the amount is missing. And when I hand you over the instrument, you as an holder have a right to complete the instrument and fill it the amount which you deserve. And that is your inchoate instrument. Are we clear? Are we clear? Waiting. Are we clear? I'll directly jump to section 117, expecting you to message me in case you are clear with inchoate instrument. Are we clear? In case of a yes from you all, I will obviously move towards the difficult section, which is 117. But before that, I want to know if inchoate instrument is clear or not. The whole of this. Okay, I get a yes sir from reality hitter. I get a yes sir from general contents. Thank you so much, sir. That's it. Just two of them giving me the reply. Not sure what others are doing, to be very honest. In that case, I'll move towards 117. Message from Vannakamada. Clear, sir. Nandini says, yes, sir. Okay, thank you so much, both of you. Okay, then the last section for the day. The last section for the day. A very important one. I can assure you, okay, that this will be there in your examination. This will be there in your examination. That is 117. This will be there in your examination for 4 to 6 marks. This will be there in January 25 paper. Can you make point for exam view? Not able to understand what you are trying to say. Can you please repeat, Kiran? Okay, here we are. Very important, okay? Last topic for the day, and we'll end the session over here after this important question. So we discussed basically 7 topics. We did important ones. We did novation, very important from the exam point of view. We did section number 19, imperial authority. We did section number 29, very important, rights of transferee. Then we did 30, rights of a minor. Then we did inchoate instrument, very important. Then we are doing right now compensation 176, important question for the exams. We did other provisions as well, but these 6 are very important. And that is what my philosophy was for these lectures, that to cover all the important topics. Sir, will you teach us remaining partnership act and companies? In case you have a doubt, yes, I will teach you. I asked it yesterday. In case of any specific doubts, you need to convey to me that, sir, please make us understand this. You need to convey this to me. As far as the whole chapter is concerned, there will anyway be revision lectures. Don't worry. There will be revision lectures for the full chapters. As of now, I am concerned with the doubts that you have. Are you able to understand me, Kiran? Reality. Kiran says, sir, concept understood. Wow, thank you. Confusion, how to write. See, you need to give test papers. You need to be writing lots of tests in your classes to be very much sure about how to present it in the exam, because presentation skills matters a lot. 4 points of inchoate, I'll mark it for you. 4 points of inchoate, I'll mark it for you. Not a big issue, sir. We have covered everything. Let's start. Point number 1. It means an instrument which is incomplete in certain respects. The first point. Let's come to number 2. The drawer, maker, acceptor, endorser of a negotiation instrument may sign and deliver the instrument to another person in his capacity, leaving the instrument either wholly blank or having written on the word incomplete. Simple. Third, gives power to its holder to make it complete by writing any amount. Point number 3, and this is what is inchoate instrument. Simple. I hope I gave you the answer you were wanting, Kiran. General sir, remission explain please sir. Remission basically means waiving off an amount. I am basically indebted to pay you 10,000 rupees. Now you tell me that sir, deduct 2,000 rupees and pay me only 8,000. I am very happy. Okay, I'll pay you 8,000. Then this 2,000 which you let go is remission, waive off. I hope we are clear. General contents. You joined the class late and hence you are not knowing it. It is your fault, but I still explained it again to you, expecting it is clear to you. General contents, I explained your answer also, and I tried to answer Kiran also, expecting it is now clear. Moving towards 117. Last topic for the day. Rules as to compensation. Yes, sir. Sorry for late. It's okay. It's okay. So I'll be going very slow, very slow, and hence I want to understand in one go itself. I will be going very slow. So please be focused and try to understand what I'm teaching you so that you don't need to mug up things. I want you to understand the concepts. I want you to build a core conceptually clear. So please understand to me and try to focus. I'm on point number C first. I'm on point number C, the easiest one that we have. Again, I'll tell you, I'll explain it very slowly and I will explain it only once. So please be focused. Starting now. A wrote a promissory note and gave it to B. So this is the debtor, this is the creditor. B hands it over to C, the same promissory note. So C basically becomes the holder. Okay. Also, we have new words coming in. Let's say B becomes the endorser and C becomes the endorsee. Okay, sir. Too easy peasy. Now, what we understand is, sir, on the due date, Mr. C, on the due date, Mr. C will go to Mr. A, presentment, that please pay me the money. Please pay me the money. Now A refuses. A as a debtor refuses. The promissory note was signed by Mr. A, so Mr. A was primarily liable to pay the amount, but Mr. A refuses. So what happens is, now C goes to Mr. B, that Mr. B, you were the endorser, you gave me this promissory note, A is not paying me, now you have to pay me. So what happens is, Mr. B has to make the payment. Mr. B has to make the payment to Mr. C. So I'll give you the flow. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and A refused to make the payment. I'll draw that too. I will draw for you that also. A refused to make the payment. This is number 4. And hence we are on number 5. That ultimately B had to make the payment. Ultimately B had to make the payment. Now, sir, it is so obvious that B will recover this amount from A because it was A who was liable. So A will now have to pay B. This is point number 6. And this payment will be done with 18% interest. This payment will be done with 18% interest. This is your point number C. This is your point number C. An endorser who being liable has paid the amount due on the same is entitled to the amount so paid with interest at the rate 18% per annum from the date of the payment until the amount is received along with the expenses. So this is basically your point number C. I would say very much conceptual, but the language will become very easy. The language will become very easy if you understand this much. Are we clear? Not very difficult. Are we clear? If you understand this, then you can write it in your own language and underline 18%. It is more than good. But for that, please tell me, is it clear? Is it clear? Implied condition means obvious. Obvious. Are we clear with point number C? I am waiting. I am waiting. Are we clear with point number C? Reality says yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the reply. Reality says yes, sir. Not sure about others. Not guessing. Not getting the message. General content says clear, sir. Thank you so much. General contents. Nandini says yes, sir. Thank you so much, Nandini. 3 of them. That's it. Okay, in that case, we are moving forward. Vanakamada says yes, sir. Okay, mashallah. We move forward. Let's come to point number. I don't have space. I'll rub this. I'll rather take a new page. Next point. Point number A. Point number A. Listen to me carefully. X gave a promissory note to Y. On due date, Y went to Mr. X, but X defaulted. There was a dishonor of the instrument. So obviously Y had to go to the court. Now while going to the court, there will be expenses. There will be legal expenses. There will be noting charges. There will be protesting charges. Basically a certificate of default and all. These are basically expenses. So point number A says that Mr. Y will recover the amount as well as these expenses from Mr. X. I'll repeat for you. When X defaulted on the due date for the payment, Y will basically go to the court and will incur many expenses, which are legal expenses, hiring the lawyer, notary expenses, protesting expenses. Many expenses will be incurred. All these will be recovered by Mr. Y from Mr. X. This is point number A. A very similar point is point number E. If you understand A, you will easily understand E. E basically says the same thing. That Y will recover from X. The legal expenses, the notary expenses, the protesting expenses, everything will be recovered. Plus. We are making now a new instrument. So the old promissory note, let's say, got dishonored. So now we are making a new promissory note. Now this new promissory note will again involve expenses, notary expenses, again I would say stamping and all those things. So basically the expenses of this will also be recovered. So this remains the same. Point A is already again in point number E. But apart from point number A, we also have this. That the expenses for the new instrument that got occurred will also be recovered by Mr. Y from Mr. X. So E is an extension of A. So if you now happen to read A and E, you would understand that's why the points are so easy. Point number A and E. E is merely an extension of A. Moving forward to point number B. Let's say we are in India and from the US we imported a car worth rupees 80 lakhs. We were supposed to make the payment. On 1st January. At that point of time, the exchange rate was rupees 80 per dollar. So simple calculation, I will still use the calculator because I'm very much tired. So I'll give you the real figure. Simple one, 1 lakh. So basically I had to pay 1 lakh dollars. But I did not make the payment on 1st of January. I did not make the payment on 1st of January. I made the payment on 10th of January. I made the payment on 10th of January. At that time, the exchange rate was rupees 76 per dollar. At that date, the exchange rate was rupees 76 per dollar. So basically, I'll calculate the figure for you. It will be dollar 105,263. So basically, I will have to pay the figure on the basis of current exchange rate. I have to make the payment on the basis of current exchange rate. Considered to be very difficult. Point number B. I hope my students, IQ students, are able to understand. Please let me know, are we clear? Please let me know, are we clear? Very difficult topic. You'll find that very less teacher teach this in the class because it is considered to be a bit heavy. I am giving you a simplest possible example. Are we clear, sir? Waiting for your message. Okay, general contents, thank you so much. You are always the first one to reply to me. Says clear, sir. Thank you. Others, not very difficult. You just need to listen to me carefully. In case you have small doubts, you can obviously rewatch the video. But for the timing, tell me, are we clear? Vanakamada says with as usual new fonts, yes sir. Nandini says yes sir. Mashallah. Anyone else? Anyone else? Reality says clear sir. Wow. Not sure about others. Kiran, no reply. Mas, no reply. Not sure where they are and what they are doing. Zombie mode maybe. Moving forward, the last one. D is the same. So like I said, A is the extension of A and E. Basically, E is the extension of A. In the same way, D is extension of B. D is extension of B only. It's the same, almost the same. The concept is the same. Here basically we have endorser, means we have one more party. So basically it goes like this. We have India, we have US, and we have, let's say, Australia. Or let's keep a simple currency, UK. Okay. So we will have an exchange rate over here. Let's say rupees 80 per dollar. We will have an exchange rate over here as well. Let's say $2 per pound. Something. Okay. So basically now in D we are studying that you will have to consider the exchange rate. This as well. This was already point number B. This was point number B. This is point number D. So basically we have three parties involved for point number D. You can read it now and you should understand this. B and D both. Waiting 30 seconds. If you want to copy these diagrams, you can copy them obviously. I've kept them open for you. B and D. Maybe you can pause the video while re-watching it and can draw it afterwards also. It is your call obviously. What I am telling you is this will come in your January attempt. This will come in your January attempt. Please, if possible, write it at least twice. Write this at least twice before the exam. At least twice. So that in the examination you are very, very much confident while writing in the paper. That's it. We are done for the day. We are done for the day. Cases in front of you, can obviously just rewatch it one more time and pause the video, maybe copy down the diagram in case you feel like you didn't understand. And in case there is still a doubt, we have one last day tomorrow. We have one last day tomorrow. So shall meet tomorrow. We'll be completing Soga obviously. You can like the video in case you learned something. I did 6 important questions, very much important for the exam point of view. And it is a bold claim saying in front of YouTube that it will be there in your exams. So in case you learned something, in case you felt that okay, it was fruitful, you can like the video, comment obviously. And yeah, we shall then meet tomorrow. We shall then meet tomorrow. Okay, bye. We will be doing Soga. We will be doing Sales of Goods Act tomorrow. Okay, we are ending over here. Thank you and bye. Thank you and bye. we are ending here. Thank you and bye.